Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
It's been a while since last time we met after Eid. So, كل عام وانتم بخير. Congratulations on a beautiful Ramadan. Alhamdulillah. So we have a question about the adhkar of as-sabah, which means the supplications that you do in the morning and the supplications that you do in the evening. What are the specific times for these supplications?
Supplication or adhkar, dua, or the morning and the night. There are certain things the Prophet ﷺ recommended for us to say in the morning, certain things recommended for us to say in the night. Also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us, وَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ before the sunrise and after, before the sun goes down. قَبْلَ طُلُوعِ الشَّمْسِ وَبَعْدَ غُرُوبِهَا, after the sunset and before the sunrise. بِالْغُدُوِّ وَالْآصَالِ بُكْرَةَ وَأَصِيلًا. Many verses in the Quran mention Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the beginning of the day and the end of the day. So here in Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whoever say in the morning, say in the night. When is this time exactly? Before I say when, I want to say why it is important to care about this. Because these adhkar, first of all, you gain great deal of reward for just few words that you say. For Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, for example, said, whoever says Subhanallah bihamdi 100 times, it should take maybe two minutes from you to do it, 3 minutes. And you will say Subhanallah bihamdi. غُفِرَتْ ذُنُوبُهُ وَلَوْ كَانَتْ كَزَبَدَ الْبَحْرِ. Yani your sin will be forgiven even if it's as much as the foam of the sea. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whoever say Bismillah alladhi la yadurru ma'a ismi shay fil ardi wa fis samai wa as-sami'ul alim 3 times, nothing will harm him that day. Protected. When you leave your house, any adhkar in general, there is a protection comes with it. There is forgiveness comes with it. Also Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whoever say Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta khalaqtani wa ana abduk, which is the master of istighfar, in the morning and in the night, and you die, you go to Jannah. So the reward is Jannah for that. There is, in Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, you say Salah Salam ala Rasulullah 10 times in the morning and the night, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will be your intercessor in the day of judgment. So these great amount of reward for just few minutes you spend, it is no brain that the person should care for it. It give you protection, forgiveness, make you an easy path to Jannah. It also raise and elevate your level in Jannah. And also it give you strength. And we know that some of the ulama, rahimahullah, said, for me, the morning adhkar is like my meal on the day. Without it, I will be weak. I can't even function. So, when should we say it? In Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned morning and night. And the Quran said before the sunrise, قَبْلَ طُلُوعِ الشَّمْسِ, and after the sunset. وَبَعْدَ غُرُوبِهَا. بِالْعَشِيِّ وَالْإِبْكَارِ. الْإِبْكَار is the early time in the day. وَالْعَشِيِّ is the end of the day. Which is the end of the day? After Asr and before Maghrib. Okay? And al-ibkar in the beginning of the day, which is after the Fajr comes. And also قبل طلوع الشمس, before the sunrise, which is after Fajr, and before sunset, which is the end of Asr, and moving forward. Also بالغدو والآصال. بالغدو والآصال. Ghudu, which is the early day in the morning after Fajr, and also al-asal, which is, some ulama rahimahullah said, from the night, Maghrib, all the way to the midnight. So, in the end of the day, if we look at how the Prophet ﷺ used to say this adhkar, and how the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, we don't have many evidence to tell us, did the Prophet ﷺ had a certain time where he make all this adhkar at one point? Is a specific time in that, because we say morning and evening, this is also a quite a period of time. Right. Al-Awza'i rahimahullah said that the practice of the Prophet ﷺ companions, the Prophet ﷺ and the companions and the early generation, that after Fajr they will not leave until they finish their adhkar. كانوا يجلسون في المسجد حتى تشرق الشمس يذكرون الله. They will make the adhkar in the morning before after Fajr all the way to sunrise. So definitely it is after Salat al-Fajr, and some ulama said before Salat al-Fajr. Ibn al-Qayyim leaned towards it's after Salah, not before Salah. But some ulama said no, from the moment the Adhan al-Fajr comes, you can make that morning adhkar and until the sunrise. And other ulama rahimahullah said from Asr all the way to Maghrib.
Yes.
And some said all the way to Isha, because Allah said after Isha as well you make tasbih. But wallahu a'lam, it looks like that Ibn al-Jazari and rahimahullah others, and this all debate based on linguistic meaning of morning and night. The morning starts from Fajr all the way to Asr. But the best time to say the adhkar after Fajr. But if you missed it, you can still say it after Dhuhr. You can still say it all the way until Asr. Why? Because why we say it's the best time to do it early in the morning? Because the whole point of the adhkar is protection, forgiveness, and go to Jannah. So if you die early in the morning, or you want to be saying it, so you guarantee inshallah going to Jannah, or it will make your sin forgiven, and you can continue your day with these sins, because less sin in your record, more barakah in your life and your day. And same thing with the night. Yeah. So the earlier you do it, the better for you. But if you don't do it at 8, you still can do it at 9, you can do it at 10, 11, 12, 3 o'clock, and so on. So, and also the protection, you want to be protected in the early time. But if you didn't do it in the early time, you still can make it. And same thing with the night, from after Asr or mid-Asr time, closer to Maghrib, all the way to Fajr. This whole entire night is also a time for you, if you missed it, to say it early, which is the best thing to do. You can say it later on that day, on the night, and with this, inshallah, you should not be missing any of your adhkar. So there is waqt afdaliyah, waqt karaha.
Right.
You know, the best time and a time that is acceptable, not karaha, not dislike, an acceptable time, allowed. مباح يعني لك أن تقولها. And that opinion, in my opinion, is accommodating to all other opinions, and also give a chance for the Muslims to care for their adhkar. Especially, there is nothing to prevent us from adopting this position as well. Wallah Azza wa Jalla knows best. So I hope this will encourage us to be consistent in our adhkar and our dua. And it's such a great act of worship. Al-dhikr Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said سبق المفردون قالوا وما المفردون يا رسول الله قال الذاكرون الله كثيرا والذاكرات. They are in Sahih Muslim, النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said المفردون ahead of everyone else in entering Jannah, ahead of everyone else in passing the Sirat, in advancing into the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم in the Day of Judgment, in reward. They are ahead of everyone else in many areas,
Right.
They said to themselves, who are they? Who are these people who are sabaq al-mufarridun, those who are ahead of everyone else? He said, الذاكرين الله كثيرا والذاكرات, those men and women who mention Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a lot, not occasionally, a lot. So even dhikrullah should not be limited only to the morning and night, but occupy your day, as in Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was described by several ahadith. كان يذكر الله على كل أحيانه. He will mention Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all his time. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said من جلس مجلسا لم يذكر الله فيه كان عليه يوم القيامة ترى. Any gathering, even if it's a short period of time, and you don't mention Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this gathering, you will regret it in the Day of Judgment. Even a car ride, even if it is just a dinner, going out to eat, going on a picnic, in a flight, and you don't mention Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at all in this gathering, or in this setting, or this period of time, you will regret that in the Day of Judgment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala an yaj'alna wa iyyakum min adh-dhakirin Allah kathira.
Alhamdulillah, jazakallah khair. I mean, there would be, it would help if people begin to memorize these adhkar as much as they can. And, when they, let's say, go drop the kids at school in the morning, they can say them. When they bring them back from school, they can say part of them. And
And even if they don't memorize it, Sheikh, now with the technology of having it an app recorded, you can go to YouTube and play it, and you just read after the recording.
Yeah.
It made your life easy.
Yeah, there are. I saw some videos where the reciter will say it, and they will give you time to repeat it after it. Yes, that's a good one. Right. Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. Thank you.